morning now, I'm in London, and right now I'm on the London Bridge. I've traveled down to London today to meet up with a friend, and very soon we're going to be catching up on the London Bridge here. He's going to be giving me a little tour about London. You know, we discussed a few things about London. I've been to London like 2 or 3 times, basically for work. I've not really come to London to explore or to just have fun, but today I've come to London just to explore. And my friend is going to be meeting up with me on the London Bridge very soon, and we're going to be catching up. And also, we're going to be discussing what it means to live in London, the lifestyle in London, like how people like him have been able to survive in London. You know, talking about the busy lifestyle in London. Imagine coming this morning now, I can just see everybody hustling and bustling, people traveling on bicycles, traveling on motorcycles, traveling on buses, on cars, on water, even on air. Helicopters just keep going around. Like, it's so busy. You can feel it on your skin that it's so busy in this city. So we're going to be discussing like what it means to live in London and how it is in London. Finally, my friend is here. But if I'm talking in Nigeria times, I would say my Egmo is here. Like, he's the one staying in London. He's a Londoner, yeah. So he's the one I came to see in London, and he's the one I said earlier that he's going to give me a little tour and some details about London. So he's here. His name is Toyyib. Toyyib Adelodun.
Toyyib Adewale.
Toyyib Adewale.
Adelodun.
Yes. Okay. I thought Tadeo.
It's just an initial of my name.
Oh, no wonder I was seeing double A.
Yes.
I was wondering like, how somebody spell his own Tadeo like it's not my name. So,
well, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so just to cut the long introduction short, he's a motivational speaker.
Well, yeah.
He talks about a lot of things, and you know, he's quite good in showing somebody around London. So that's why I've come to visit him.
Yeah, well, so we'll try. I'm good. Okay. I'm good.
So, how long have you been staying in London?
Since 2008, so 16 years now.
Like, since you came to London
from Nigeria, I moved to London straight to London.
Yes. And ever since then, you've been staying in London.
Ever since then, I've been living in London.
That's huge.
It is what it is, as they say.
Okay, so how's London? So you promised to tell me about London, so well, here we are.
I'll do as much as I can. It is a big city.
Okay.
A city that has a lot of monuments. So I've been living here for 16 years, as I said before, and it just keeps, like, it's amazing the way you see things develop over time. Okay. There are some things that don't change, you know, like you cannot make changes to a lot of things due to regulation and stuff, but then you see some growth as well happening, you know, like I worked on the Elizabeth line. I used to go on about it a lot. So when it started around, say, 2009, and when it was commissioned, say, 2022, you know, you see the growth, the improvement it brought to the infrastructure, those kind of things you see. But there are some things that will not change, like St. Paul's Cathedral that has been there since God knows how long, you know, like the monument.
The monument.
We are right here at the bottom of the monument. As you can see, a lot of people that did science in Nigeria, they will remember the Hooke's law of elasticity. Yeah. So that is the Robert Hooke that designed this building.
The same
Robert, the guy that did Hooke's law designed this. So the monument was designed by Robert Hooke in consultation with Sir Christopher Wren. He was like the chief architect of the city then. So it was built 1671 to 1677. 6 years. You know, the fire of London was in 1666.
Okay.
And it's just to commemorate.
From 2 to 5th September.
For 3 days.
For 3 days.
The fire was burning, taking down buildings. And it started from the bakery, and it dismantled the whole city. The city is a huge city, like the main capital of the British Empire during its glory days. And there is so much money moving around in London.
The city.
You know, that you talk about London, you talk about places like New York, you know, so many people from all over the world as well. You see people here from...
But does it mean money don't move around in Liverpool? I live in Liverpool now.
not compared to London. This is not Manchester Derby here. Not compared to London. You know, like even if you look at the major airports, you know, they are like, how many airports? Maybe about 6. You have Heathrow, you have Gatwick, you have City, you have the one Stansted.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
There's an international airport.
The way things are moving. Not to belittle Liverpool,
Okay.
but
Not to belittle Liverpool.
not
I like
to
that.
in any way. But we are talking about the capital of an empire that ruled the world for several
years.
for several decades. You know, so every bit that has come from all over the world during that time, London must have a taste of it.
Okay, no problem.
So, yeah.
So
you are in a huge city,
So no
without
problem.
a doubt.
So what do you have for me today now?
Oh well, quite a bit. So we are on London Bridge now.
Yeah.
And one major theme about London is River Thames. You know,
this river right here.
this huge river here. River Thames divides London basically into two. You have north of the river and south of the river.
Okay.
History and some talks, I mean, you can verify that, says that the north is more affluent than the south. I used to work with someone that used to say, no, I don't go to south of the river. And it's very funny how it pans. So we are at London Bridge now.
Okay.
And you can see all the major bridges that crosses the River Thames. You can see them when you stand
on the London Bridge.
On most of the bridges, really.
Okay,
so if you stand, that's Tower Bridge down there.
Okay.
And then you have other bridges going towards that way as well. So you see like the Millennium Bridge, which is like a pedestrian bridge, basically. Some bridges you can drive, you can cycle, but some bridge like the Millennium Bridge is a strictly pedestrian bridge. So you could kind of get a feel for the major attractions.
That is in London.
In London, a lot of them are not too far away from
each other.
They go along the River Thames and you can see them. So if you look you could see some very tall buildings there.
Yeah.
Those buildings are like at Canary Wharf, and you have like major headquarters of the big banks in the world, JP Morgan, Barclays, HSBC. That's actually HSBC. You could see the building there, HSBC. The one with the tip at the top, that's Barclays.
Wow.
That's Barclays, and they all have very huge headquarters here in London. And
that's where they control the world.
That's where they control the money. You know, that's where they control the money. We have the tallest building in United Kingdom. That's the Shard, just right there, overlooking London Bridge. Wow. And majority of the money to build that building came from Qatar. You know, the Qatar literally owns the building. Wow. The other company that owns it have a minority, like a very small shareholding, but Qatar owns the building. And the building just beside it is being occupied presently by the News Corps, the people that do like The Sun. They have major newspaper. They call it the Rupert Murdoch Media Empire. So that's where their offices is, just around there. So when you are just here, you could see the connectivity. Like London Bridge Station is there. You have Bank Station just across there. The Bank of England is not far off from here as well. We could walk down and see the Bank of England. The Bank of England has a lot of gold in its
in its reserve.
What billions and billions pounds worth of gold. In fact, I read that India recently requested their own gold because the Bank of England used to keep gold for some other countries. So England said, no, now we can look at our own gold. Now we want to start keeping our own gold. So across here, you could also see right down there, you see that tall building there, that's the BT Tower.
Okay.
And then behind there is St. Paul's Cathedral. And one thing that is unique, you know, I was telling you about how things change, is you can see a lot of cranes. You can see a lot of building sites, you know. Like, construction is huge in London.
Construction is still going on, even with all this.
With all the developments that is there. You know, you could see a road now, you think, nothing is wrong with this road. And then tomorrow you see them taking it out and then making it better. So you could see all those cranes. And that's why I tell people, when you are in London, if you don't think of another thing, think construction. Because
That's why you're always talking about construction.
I'm always talking about construction
Yeah.
because
Even before I came to UK, that was one thing that you always, anytime we're on Twitter space, every time. It's construction. You can never get it wrong with construction.
You can't because everywhere there is a site. You know, that's scaffolding there with something wrapped around it. So construction is always going on.
Wherever there's construction, there's money flowing
There's
there.
money flowing there, you know. Whether you like it or not, in that site, they will need a laborer, they will need a traffic marshal, they will need something. So even back in the day, when there was no CV library and those websites, people would just walk into a site and say, what's going on here? I want to start working. Say, okay, you can start tomorrow.
Okay, so you talked about some like monuments.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll take a walk and just go see the monument. So the Great Fire of London happened in the year, I think, 1666.
Yeah.
And then when the Great Fire of London happened, it destroyed a major part of London, major part of London. So the monument was used to commemorate the rebuilding of the city. And it's a freestanding edifice, just a free, tall, long-standing one. And you could go up. It has some stairs. You could go up and walk up to it. It cost about, I think, about £7. And then they will let you go up. And then when you come down, they give you a certificate that you went across. So that is a tour bus that take tourists all around London. There are several of them like that. Big bus, toot bus. And you could see some tourists are doing a boat tour of the River Thames as well. They are always doing that every now and then. Tourists spend about, that's the big bus I was talking about. You could see lots of people still on holiday from all over the world coming to
enjoying summer.
Enjoying the bit that is left of the summer.
I'm very lucky. It's a very good day to visit London today. The weather
honestly, the weather
really
is
nice
in the middle. Not too hot, not too cold.
Unlike what they would normally say, like London weather is unpredictable.
Unpredictable. You carry your umbrella, you carry your jacket, you know. So tourists spend more than £10 billion in London every year.
Wow.
You know, like Tower Bridge is one of the most visited. You have the Tower of London just beside it. All those places are like, they are like magnets. They draw tourists from all over the world. If you stay long here now, you see people taking selfies. You see people from India, people from all over the world, you know, and you ask them, where are you from? They say, and sometimes you even see school children on school trip from maybe from Milan or from Spain. They come in group, they carry the same bag so they can find each other when they get missing.
So I've been meaning to ask,
Okay.
like, so why London? Like, when you came into this country, why did you choose to stay in London?
London was the place I had people that I knew, like family. You know, I always tell people that is coming into a new place, any country, try and first of all find a place where you know someone that can accommodate you for a bit. Because the UK is super expensive as it is. You would also get a feel for that.
Yeah.
And London is extremely expensive compared to other parts of the UK. So you want a place where you can get some support. You know, you don't want to move into London straight away and you're just coming all by yourself. It will consume a lot of money. It has a lot of advantages because it's an economic powerhouse by itself. It's like you're talking about New York, California, and those kind of places. But great transport links as well in London, you know, compared to every other city. But the problem is the bills are the bills are on the high side. Wow. So if you are coming by yourself and you don't have someone to support you, you know, I supported my sister when she moved here. She stayed with me for a couple of months till she went to her own place. So if you have that kind of support, yes, come to London. But if you don't, please stay out of London.
So now, with the fact that you stayed in London since ever since you came to UK and you stayed there for like 16 years.
Yes.
So do you agree or disagree with the myths that people normally say that as an immigrant, you should not start your life in UK from London?
If you don't have the money, don't.
Okay.
If you don't have the money, don't. London is much more expensive than a lot of other cities. Some people that come around here, they used to say, how come this is a central bank and there is no heavy security? You know, everywhere looks calm, you know. That's the Bank of England, the old lady of Threadneedle Street, as they call it. So that's Bank of England there. That building there used to be the old exchange.
Okay.
Now it used to house the Lloyd's insurance, and behind it is the London Stock Exchange as well. You can see some of the buildings that you can see around here. That's the Bank of England.
Bank of England.
NatWest headquarters is here, and you are here. It's telling you exactly where you are.
You're right.
You know, that's Lombard Street. That's 30 Merriax, the Royal Exchange, just behind there.
Okay.
That's Tower 42. You can see the Tower 42. Just around there.
Right here.
Yeah, and it just gives you, these small maps gives you exactly, this area there is a lot of money. So the Bank of England has got lots of gold in their vault, worth billions and billions of pounds.
I mean, right?
So
this building here has a lot of gold inside. Inside,
if you want to go, you know. If you can use a ferry or which one that they use in Nigeria, go inside and go
African juju.
Go and carry the gold and bring it, you know.
It's still come for
central bank.
For the central bank.
You know, but
I've seen a lot of gold.
If mosquito move here, you see security now. You fear.
So right now, we're trying to take a boat that will take us on a tour over Thames. And we're going to be looking at different areas. From this point now, I have a very good view of the Toyyib Bridge. That's the Toyyib Bridge. And this is the place. This is the point where we're waiting for the boat. You have to pay for the boat ride through your Oyster card if you are a resident in London. But for somebody like me, who is a visitor, I only have to tap my contactless card on that thing. Then it charges me like it will charge people who own Oyster card also.
Yeah, that's Sodok Bridge. So after Sodok's Bridge, we are heading towards Blackfriars Bridge. And you look at all these structures and you see that it just helps people to commute faster.
Yes,
apart from the underground.
They are connected.
Yeah, underground, overground, you know. And
over water.
You look at the airports as well, and you look at how easy it is to get away from the airport by trains.
Yeah.
You know, like Heathrow Airport, you have the Elizabeth line now, you have the Piccadilly line. If you go to Gatwick, you've got the National Rail that leaves from Gatwick.
And connects you from there to the other train station that will take you into the city.
So you don't need to, like the cars, all the cars, you don't need to go towards the station. If you have a small luggage, just jump on the train, drops you at the station. Yeah. You see how well they've made it easy to move around. That's the pedestrian bridge I was talking about. That's Millennium Bridge.
Okay.
When they made the bridge, it was shaking, and they spent about 5 million to fix it because it was shaking. That's Tate Modern, like lots of art from all over the world, famous art are there at Tate Modern. That's Blackfriars Bridge. We just walked past.
Okay.
And you can see Blackfriars Station.
Okay, this is the Blackfriars Bridge.
Yeah, and you can see all those small boats. Some of them are for cargo, you know, just making use of the river. In Paris as well, they have a similar river, the Seine, and you see that multi-purpose use of the river. You see how the river impacted people of several centuries ago, and how the people now are taking advantage of the river to do so many things. So we are heading towards Waterloo Bridge. Yeah, you see the Waterloo Bridge.
So what bridge is this?
That is Embankment. So those are the two Golden Jubilee bridges. It's a pedestrian bridge. The first one is a pedestrian bridge. The second one is also a pedestrian bridge. And then the bit in the middle is for the trains running from Charing Cross Station towards the southeast of England.
So this River Thames literally divides London into two parts.
So it's north of the river, south of the river.
London Eye.
So what they do is like attractions like this, they make it available for sponsorship opportunities. So at the moment, they are calling it lastminute.com London Eye, because they give that sponsorship opportunity to a company called lastminute.com, so they can have their name on London Eye and use it for their promotion. That is some revenue for the government. So those, sometimes there are some stations as well, they name some stations, the name of some companies allow them to, you know, to bring in revenue.
Yeah.
And London particularly during the pandemic, they lost hundreds of millions of pounds because people were not going
Tourists
out.
were not coming in.
Tourists were not coming in. These people were not doing
Our next
advertisements.
stop is Westminster for the Parliament. Any passenger for Westminster disembark on front
So
of the boat.
that's the famous St. Thomas's Hospital. So we'll make our way down to Westminster now. That's the famous Guy's and St. Thomas's Hospital. The famous St. Thomas's Hospital on the other side of the river. And this is the seat of power, the House of Parliament, where the laws of Britain are made, and the House of Lords is also inside as well. So you could see the House of Parliament like your Senate or your House of Rep, the people that make the laws in Britain. Yeah, so I believe this is tickets, where you can buy the tickets. Yeah. So that man knows where you can see traffic. That's why he put his music there. So that's Westminster Station on the Jubilee line. So the District and Circle line as well. Once you come, you can just come out of Westminster Station and you'll be right in front of the Parliament. So if we walk along Parliament Street, we are going to get to number 10 Downing Street.
Okay.
That's the RICS, Chartered Surveyors. That's their office there. Royal Institute of, I believe, Chartered Surveyors.
So how far is number 10 from here?
Number 10 is about 5 minutes walk, just from here.
Okay.
We'll head there now.
Let's try number 10.
And number 10, that is the home and the office of the UK Prime Minister. So we are not far off from Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace, all of those places.
Okay.
We are not far off from there at all. The Horse Guards as well. The Horse Guards is not far away from here.
Okay.
The King's Horse Guards. It's busy.
Very
It's busy.
busy.
Very, very busy.
It's a
You
very
see lots
busy
of tourists,
It's a very busy
you know, and
area.
people that are also doing like protests based
Okay.
on other things happening in different parts of the world. Some of them come to protest around
this
Parliament
place.
because of the influence.
Okay, where they can be seen.
Where they can be seen, definitely. Definitely.
So that's the Trafalgar Square
That's Trafalgar Square.
and the
National Gallery.
National Gallery.
National Gallery there. Like lots of tourists. Like if you come to London for the first time, people will likely bring you to Trafalgar Square to come and take photos. And Westminster and Buckingham Palace, you know. So this is another champagne tour. You can see some people, they'll give you some champagne to enjoy yourself.
Champagne tour.
Champagne tour, and they take you around, you know.
Everybody making their money in this London.
It is the economy, you know.
Yes.
It is the exchange of money for value.
So far you have something to sell.
So far, I have something to offer.
There's enough markets.
There's enough market here. Money is moving around, and that's why I told you that.
So I guess that is why you guys stick to this London.
It's because you know.
There's always something to share.
Maybe when there is no more energy anymore to do the hustle, then we'll move away and let you know other people.
If we're staying in this London now,
Yes.
like what's the best possible way that you think, like as an immigrant now, that we can navigate our pathway and make
The first thing I always say is it is the visa that you brought here that determines the opportunity you can attract.
Okay.
So if you came here as a student, you know, you want to start looking at which industries you want to work, you know, like going through the government, the sponsors license, the people that have the license to sponsor, you know, you look at the career paths that are available. I've had people that got job at the Bank of England that we went before.
Really?
You know, and they came here as students, some of them came here as dependents. Construction is another good one. You know, we saw the amount of cranes going around. So opportunities to get into construction is there as well. You know, like, because of how busy it is, even if you are an architect or you are a designer, you know, even if you are into filming. I know somebody that shoots, he lives here in the UK. He used to put his shots on Instagram, and there was an international bank coming to London to shoot, and they told him to come and shoot them. You know, so there is, if you think about what we were talking about in terms of the British Empire, as I was saying, the capital was here in London. This was where everything was happening. So money is still coming in and out. There is nothing that you are doing that you are not going to have something to do with London somewhere, like a big institution. Look at the trade fair that happened recently. Even though there was a lot of, it shouldn't be this, it shouldn't be that. But whether we like it or not, people exchange value, people exchange something. So if you are here, whether you are a student or you are a professional, look for opportunities to put yourself out there. That is always the advice. Put yourself on LinkedIn, put yourself on YouTube, put yourself everywhere that you can showcase.
That's not even for London alone, like anywhere.
Anywhere you are, put yourself wherever you are, and then it will be easy for what you want to come to you. You know, when we set this up, it was just like a random message. Are you doing, what are you doing? And here we are doing what we are doing. So you don't know who will be there to support your craft, who will be there to support your grind. Just put yourself out there. And as for this city, look at those career paths: construction, engineering, design, you know, film. You know, BFI is here, British Film Institute, and all of those things. You know, Tate Modern is there. If you are an art person, you know, go to events. If you go to Eventbrite, for example, there are a lot of free events that are happening in London every week. It might be related to your career. You can tap into communities. You know, go to communities. Toastmasters are a community for public speaking. There are different communities in your field that you can go to. Just meet people, vibe with them. And all those institutes, they all have offices around here. You know, we saw the RSIS earlier. If you go there, you see...
down there as we were coming, I saw one ads.
You know, just go there. If they have events, meet people there, let them know you, let them see your hustle. You can never tell. If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
The answer is always no. Hey.
I think we had a good time.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful day. So actually, I took a wide guess. Like, I assume you have a library.
I do.
So let me add this.
Thank you.
To the collection you have in your library.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Even though I don't know.
Thank you so much.
What your preference would have been. No.
Thank you.
I just got this.
This is really good.
I said, so
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
You know, I can't really pay you for what you did for me today.
It's okay.
You've been a wonderful host.
Thank you.
A wonderful emergency tour guide.
Good to see you.
So
anytime you are back in town, let me know.
I'll let you know. Thank you.
We are not living here for now.
I mean, even we now will keep coming.
You keep coming.
Because now this is the central.
Yes.
So you now
bring people down, see where businesses can be.
Now, even though we don't stay in central, we'll improve the network.
The networking with the central,
so
yes.
We can have access to the cake you guys are sharing.
To the juice.
To the juice, yeah. So it will be just you.
So I really appreciate it. This is good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.